Tamers computer.
Alkali! She's watching her. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm drunk.
Okay, thank you. We're talking to my mother. Oh, hi, Mom!
Can I record a personal meeting here?
You want to? Remember, she can't hear you.
Oh, where's the camera? Is it up here?
So there's the camera. Remember,
After the Dragget show, most of us are going over to Boozy's late night show. Xander, are you on Boozy's late night show?
Yes.
Most of us are on Boozy's late night show. You should go watch Boozy's late night show. And here's the beautiful thing.
Are you
guys,
my mom?
yes.
you all know the code. If you're in this room, I'm assuming you know. Tonight, after Boozy's late night show, because of this legal here, if anyone would like to join me, at 1 a.m. or a little bit later, we will be out in the smoking area. I would love to join anyone who knows what we are for Fizzy Cherry Cola. You are all welcome. I have brought quite a bit, but they're all classically rolled, so it's going to be rough.
No. Not your fun, not your problem.
I want to talk in your radio.
No.
They're still
God damn it. This stuff's definitely smells like French wine.
This might be tequila. Tom, I will have you know, everyone at work assumes I'm drinking tequila anytime I'm drinking water, and you just gave me a new coffee mug.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now you're white. Now you're like a basic white girl.
I'm sorry, do you think white girls drink a lot of tequila?
No, you drink a lot of
Xander,
tequila.
Xander, there's a question for you.
Oh, yes.
Could you ask Xander? He's in charge.
Alkali, you can reenact that judge scene from Cheech and Chong, except tequila instead of vodka.
Silence.
I am a fan of Cheech and Chong. I have a hard time being a fan. My parents were huge fans, and me and my parents don't get along very well. I love them, but I don't know a lot about them.
The judge is drinking vodka at their courtyard.
Us?
No, the
Wait, is it official now?
Guys, I have something special here that I'd like to talk
Talk to Xander. Talk to Xander.
Oh, yeah, sure. What?
You heard him say
Am I here? Inside? Sure, yeah.
I want you in the picture.
Long years ago, who ruled this land? That was mine, it was weekend low. He was like the royal stand. I thought it was royal.
No, they're supposed to bring me my
The unicorn with tequila.
Oh my God!
Hey, Kage.
Holy shit!
What the Christ?
What
He
is
said
it?
it's also very good tequila.
It's insane! What the fuck? I am gonna die!
I'm on this.
Later,
This goes
Sam.
with the leadership.
Alkali, later.
Extra ultra premium.
Down it!
You knew it was coming.
I gave it to you. I gave you both your copies 6 months ago, and you
Oh, I
said,
know.
"Oh no, we can't sell that here." That's
This is a
illegal.
secret case, so we're gonna make you pay. You're not wrong, but if you live.
Be a Dragon show. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a Dungeons and Dragons, right? Make sure you're there for the.
All right, I
Report.
had
Tell
a
me.
schedule for tonight,
Yeah, I'll be
but
there.
Ronnie
I'll be
took
there.
it, so I have the foggiest idea what the fuck to do.
What do you need?
That is brilliant.
He's trying to figure out what his schedule is.
And now
Nice.
we're done.
I mean, if you.
He's on site. I don't even know where I am. I don't know where I am.
We're gonna make that's why
I'm gonna replace with
I know. Oh, I know. Have I signed it? Oh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea I was signing it.
Tell me you go.
Don't tell you I actually know that's
The minstrel lived long years ago, who ruled this land with an iron hand. Though his mind was weak and low, he loved to bring the royal stag within the royal wood. But better than the sea loved the bliss of pulling his royal foot. He was dirty and lousy and full with fleas. He had his women by twos and threes. God bless the bastard king of England. Now the Queen of Spain was an amorous dame, and a sprightly wench was she, and she longed to forward His Majesty's tool so far across the sea. So she sent a royal message with a royal messenger to ask the king to bring his ding and spend a week with her. He was dirty and lousy and full of fleas. He had his women by twos and threes. God bless the bastard king of England. Well, Philip of France he heard by chance, and he swore before his court that Queen Beefer's my rival, just because my dork is short. So he sent the loyal Duke d'Alsace to sit the king a dose of clap and pass it on to the best. This is on, isn't it?
No, I like it.
You all didn't hear that. That's old-timey music.
Can this be a musical episode?
And Alkali is going to get fucked in the butt.
Wow.
Poop emoji.
Plus now.
When they get that.
Cool. Are you ready?
Was he a catcher? What is it?
You're all alone and drifting in space without the suit or helmet. The vacuum makes your sinus explode. Pop goes an eardrum.
Hey!
Sparking on the battery pack, the airlock gave a warning, and now the pressure on in space pop goes an eardrum. What the fuck are we doing here? What is this?
We're about to start.
Talk shit.
All right, guys, we're going to give it over to the person who created the Dragget Show. We're going to get started in a moment, but he has an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, the creator, the founder, the person who made this all happen, the person who does all the work. If you've ever watched anything from the Dragget Show, he made it happen. Guys, give it up for Xander the Dragon!
Thank you guys so much.
Mic drop.
I think I have my hair with you, I'm not sure. Anyway. Oh yeah, it's about the same. Alright, hello, welcome to the Dragon Show, that's Dragon the Ferret together. I'm Xander the Alkali.
I'm not here!
CFC 2019.
Can I tell them something?
Yeah.
I need to let you guys know something, and I'm just drunk enough to say this. When the Dragget Show started, the I'm not here gag was just a gag. We knew it was going to be a thing. We said it on the first show. And for the first year of the Dragget Show, we started off live casts with, say it again.
Hello, welcome to the Dragon Show, that's Dragon the Ferret together. I'm Xander, here's Alkali.
And I would say, I'm not here! And it would be totally dead silent. So this is my advice to all of you. If you ever want to try a stage thing, if you think it's going to work, keep trying until somebody shoots you. Because now, I'm not here! Motherfucker, you're all drunk.
I'm sober, come on.
Not yet.
I'm playing you, try me.
Alright, so before introductions, I want to, we have a song. We have a song to start us off. So you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Status the Ferret.
Microphone. Status, microphone. Always microphone.
Oh Lord, I can't stand it.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I can't hold things.
Kristen, thank you.
I can be a mic stand.
Chris, the greatest.
Mic stand, mic stand, mic stand.
Funniest mic stand ever.
Go in closer. Welcome to the Dragget Show, the show you know you'll love. We hope you stick around for the madness because we got all sorts of surprises coming your way. You'll hear of them all if you decide to stay. Welcome to the Dragget Show, we got tons of laughs to spare. We're aiming for 10,000 subs and we're almost there. When we reach it, we'll throw the coolest carnival. We'll celebrate year of the pirate and the blood ritual. Welcome to the Dragget Show. Dude, shit works. Give me 1 second, I got this. Got it. Welcome to the Dragget Show. We brought that booze to share and enough fizzy cherry cola to make our problems disappear. We got fizzy cherry cola, blood ritual, dick-shaped things, and so much more. So sit back, relax, crack open a beer, cause he's Xander the Bloop and Alkali's not here.
So get a new intro to our show. My dear, I have told you before and I will tell you again, no one makes me smile like you do. What the fuck?
Can we include that really awkward pause in the middle?
Yes.
I'm sorry, did you think that wasn't part of the song? Awkward pauses and the Dragget show go hand in hand.
Thank you so much. That was amazing.
Absolutely, my friend.
One more round of applause.
Thanks for the Grecian urn, Chris.
The Grecian urn.
What's the Grecian urn?
Anything they can.
What is wrong with you?
Do you want the list alphabetically or chronologically?
Should have saw the panel. It would have been a really nice,
I
compartmentalization of what's wrong with me.
Push and play.
Oh, and now we're pushing play. This is great
I think that means
material.
fuck you.
Basically.
I know a song about Greek. I know a Greek song.
Yes.
It's an old Greek folk song. Watch it!
Wow.
You earned your keep on that one.
You see, when you get to be my age, you learn a lot of classical songs. And this is an old folk song that was taught to me by a member of the Merchant Marine of the Republic of Greece. It's a song about a sailor in the Greek Merchant Marine who's lost all his money gambling. And basically, all his money is gone and his friends want to just go home, but he's trying to get his friends to get back to the game. He wants them to, they're playing dice. He wants them to get back to the game so he can earn his money back so that he can have some time off, but his friends don't want to go back to the game, and that's what the song is about.
Oh, okay.
And it goes like this, because he's trying to tell his friends to get back to the games. Bend over, Greek sailor, bend over to me. I need satisfaction, so get down on your knees. Bend over, Greek sailor, bend over to me. For I get so lonely when I go to sea. That's the chorus. And the verse goes on with him trying to get his friend Big Bruce to get back down to... There's a whole story about the gambling that's...
How was he at gambling?
Very, very poor, apparently.
Then I'm going to gamble with the fucker.
You would love to gamble with the Greek sailor, wouldn't you?
What would I do with the drunken sailor? What would I do with the drunken sailor?
What would you do with the drunken sailor early in the morning?
Hey, way up, she rises.
Hey, way up, she rises. Hey, way up, she rises early in the morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dragget Show!
Introductions.
Let's do some introductions, starting all the way to the right. You know him on the show as one of the punch-up masters. He's a very close friend of the Dragget Show, and one time I saw him naked. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Pandey! Going all the way over to the left, you just saw him doing a stand-up routine for you in some other room that he deserved a bigger room. Guys, let's give it up for Chris the Comedy Bunny! He's your guest of honor. He's your soul. He's your muse. He might have one testicle. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for
One
Way
testicle.
more streamlined. I get like a half a minute more on the 5K right now. Dynamic efficiency, man.
Once a month he streams to you during his wine stream. Myself and him watch Stan and Ollie together and terrified a bunch of 50-plus-year-old couples. Guys, give it up for Uncle Kage! He created the Dragget Show. He's the reason we're all here, and he called me late last night to say, "Where's your fat ass?" Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Xander the Dragon! You don't know who I am? I'm Fearful and Magnificent. John, you want to switch spaces?
Oh,
code.
I did not know you were here.
No one knew he was here, and that's half the fun. Guys, my name is Alkali. Thank you very much for coming, and welcome to the show.
So the theme is magic. Oh, hi. Go ahead. Oh, what? Yes, we did.
Who's first?
Oh, this is the Canadian.
We went first!
Sorry.
He's Lord Pandas.
Oh,
Canada,
my home and
native syrup.
all
Poutine is good, and we will never cuss you out.
with your hockey sticks and your maple trees and
Six-string in the summer of '69.
Right, Adams, what are you doing here?
Has everyone been drinking already?
Have you not?
Apparently, the whoever's running the music in the hotel is.
Yeah, has anyone else noticed just the music in this hotel is amazing and it's so loud everywhere?
It really is. It's the soundtrack to my summer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
69.
Yeah, right?
Like,
Last year, but yes.
What?
Last year, but it was the summer of '69.
Was it you and some guys from school?
Yeah, figure this out. You remember that fucking video? Yeah!
We tried real hard.
No.
Jimmy quit.
Okay, there was
He got
a...
married.
We were...
During the '69?
Yeah, it's very effective.
There were...
Your fingers bled?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think we should stop now.
No, there was a video that I showed Xander, and I think it was Jaguar, and we were like very happy, and we were stoned, and it was great. And I just sent, and it was just 5 seconds, and somebody sent me and some guys from school had a 69, and it just ends. And I'm like, that's the best version of that song ever.
Let me be very clear. For me, the 60s ended on that day, December 31st, 1969. It was the end of the 60s. Thank you for math.
that was.
We got some Patreon questions to get through.
We have questions?
Yes, we got questions.
Oh, we're drunk for
So let's
questions.
just get through this.
All right, John, I'm going to need answers to these questions. Diana, do you want to answer these questions for me?
We love our Patreon patrons as always.
She knows better.
Eggman! Say hi, Eggman.
Hi, Eggman.
If you are failing at performing magic on the stage and you need a misdirection for the audience, what would it be?
Set your hand.
Let me make this very clear. I used to be, oh, John, you know this so well. So my friend back there actually got me hired during a, what was it, John, for your college?
Some internship, I don't know.
So I had to go perform close-up sleight of hand magic for a bunch of random people at a college fundraising dinner or something.
Yeah, it was from some charity.
So a bunch of these college students, obviously college, magic, man. Well, I had an ace up my sleeve, literally, and also there's a little toy you guys see me use. I will tell you, not that toy. Not that toy.
We did share a room at UWCon.
That toy, yes. There is a magical device called a Fantasio cane. Does anyone know what that is? You do! Here's a wonderful thing about performing magic in front of people who don't appreciate it. If they think you fucked up the trick, and all of a sudden you can snap your fingers and a stick appears in your hand, if you hit them with it, their friends laugh at them. I'm not a good magician, but I know comedy. And that fucker shut the hell up. Thank you, Ronnie.
That's awesome.
How many poor college students did you blind in the name of comedy? Which I realize could be taken a different way.
Javelin, what about a baker's dozen, right?
There are better ways to go blind, by the way.
I'm sorry, do you not understand that I was making a stick of about 3 feet in length appear from nowhere? There is no better way to go blind than 3 feet in length. Shut the fuck up. You want to go blind?
It's 3 feet of this big across. That's the one.
Hey, I'm a grower, not a poke you in the eye. Des!
Hi.
Hi.
Am I supposed to answer this question?
Yes.
What form of misdirection would I choose? Yeah, I don't know. Audience, what form of misdirection do you think I should choose? Poutine. Poutine. No, literally, I just go to the audience. But audience, what form of misdirection? I just seriously would.
Song?
Tangent. Probably song. Song would work too. Just
Your
like,
dancing works well.
It does.
I have been known to dance. Things have not gone well.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind.
If I danced like I wanted to, my friends would leave me behind.
Well, they're no friends of yours.
No.
They're friends of mine. Welcome to the madness. Enjoy yourself.
Okay, well, here's the thing. At this very moment, my little old gray-haired mother is cowering in a closet in North Carolina under a tornado warning.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, I've met your mother. Let's edit that a little bit. Your sweet little gray-haired mother has found the last bottle of Bacardi 151 and is huddled in a closet going, "This is fun."
Okay, who do you believe, me or him?
Yo.
Option 3. He's on the porch screaming.
A lot of us have met or
Welcome to Grandma Stream. The funnel is approaching us closely.
See, okay, I'm going to take you guys in your minds to Eurofurence this past year. When this tiny, frail, gray-haired little old lady wanted to do Grandma Kage's story hour. And it was a charity event.
Cutting out.
It was a charity event. I think it was 10 euros a head to get into Grandma Kage's story hour. And she was backstage and she was shaking. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I never talked in front of people before. Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm so frightened. What am I going to forget? What am I going to do? Oh, me? And she got out in front of people and she went, yo. And she just chewed the scenery to pieces. She made 4,000 euros for charity, which is more than I raised that entire convention. And her story is the problem. Okay, the difference between my mother's stories and mine. My stories are true. My mother makes shit up. She pulls shit out of mid-air. It's like, I don't know what, you are a senile old bitch. Where are you getting that bullshit from?
I'm fairly certain she is getting it from one place. She is getting it from one place and one place only. Experience with her wonderful freak of a son.
You see, my little old mother, she is, as I've been trained to say, she is a lady of a certain age. We are not allowed to mention the number, but she remembers all the details of World War II very, very clearly and can tell you about them. When I'm away at work, especially when I was working in the city of Wilmington, 2 hours south, I was always worried all day. Terrified that at any moment that phone would ring with the voice saying, we're calling about your mother. I was just sick to death that the call would come, that they had found her having stolen a motorcycle and was ripping apart the grass in front of the Cary, North Carolina Police Department again.
running in a
Which is why when she called me up and said, I'm hiding from the tornado in the closet, I said, okay, just stay in there. Don't try to give it a piece of your mind. It will win.
Did you tell your mother today that she needs to stay in the closet?
Let's find out where she is. Okay, first we're going to find out, is the tornado warning passed?
Well, you're looking that up. Dr.
Should I do another question? All right.
Yes.
We got a few to get through.
Hang on, question.
Yeah,
Okay.
question.
What's up?
You might want to tell these people about your issues with little old ladies, particularly one that came sneaking into your boudoir looking for some pussy.
This is Colonel Fabian. Colonel Fabian is a gentleman of tremendous imagination who has been known to make up tales. He is considered to be a man of
Neither lie, cheat, nor steal.
questionable memory. The local authorities are well familiar with him.
I believe her name was Kiki.
I'm sorry, you were saying? There's a shit going on. Talk, just talk. Shut up and talk.
Patreon questions. All right. Alterus.
Hi, Alturus.
Yeah. For whatever reason, you become Genie and a group of adventurers have mistaken your lamp for a magic item. What object is your lamp, and what magical effects does it produce?
I think we're going to give this one over to Fur.
In before infinite flask. No infinite flask.
No infinite flask, understood. Fur, you kind of seem genie-ish.
A genie Jason.
A genie Jason.
Genie Jason. Yeah, a genie Jason.
Maybe a gin spelled with a D.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I can
Come
see
on,
that.
come on, Fur. I know you want the D.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Wait, what? So I'm a genie, and I have a lamp, but the lamp's not actually a lamp, and the adventurers pick it up as a magic item.
Yep.
Yeah.
So far, you're on the same page. I don't know why this is so complicated.
What is your lamp?
But somehow my lamp doesn't just release me as a genie, it releases some kind of magic power?
You lost me about 5 minutes ago. Answer the question that I have forgotten.
What is your lamp, and what is your lamp spit out?
Okay, look, so I wouldn't be like an Aladdin-style genie. I would just pop out and be a completely normal dude. And then whatever wish you'd ask of me, I'd have to just, like, do it as a normal person. Like, some guy'd be like, I wish for $1 million. And I'd be like, well, fuck, guess I gotta go rob a bank.
You wouldn't even come out of the lamp. They would just like rub it, and then you'd walk out of the bush.
Like,
and
right
show us. Yeah.
All right.
2 hours later. Fuck the cunt, follow me.
Yeah. Here's your money.
I haven't put him around the bank.
What?
You didn't tell me that.
It's a genie wish, bitch.
I come from the police. What is this shit? Like, if you rob the bank, the money's yours. That's the rules.
Right?
Yeah.
You have rules for robbing a bank?
There are a lot of rules for robbing a bank.
Yeah.
Chris, what the hell are your rules for robbing a bank?
Wear a mask.
Good
Wear a
mask.
mat.
Good
Wear a
mask.
nice suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why a nice suit?
Because you gotta dress up to go to
Your
a
mugshot has to look
You
spectacular.
want to look good. You don't want to look like you're from a trailer park if you get caught.
Yeah.
This first would count.
Yeah, fursuit could count. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Was I talking about with you?
Yeah, my fursuit that I forgot to pack.
No. We were talking about because there's like a bunch of banks here, and then no. What was I talking about? About the caper? Like there's so there's a shit ton of banks around this area, and we were talking about like the weird caper film in which a bunch of people pretending to be furries rob a bunch of banks this weekend.
You realize your plan is
fursuit.
being televised, right?
Yeah, no. It's in suit. And then it's up to the furries to have to solve the real murder because they're going to shut the con down. And it's like a save the con. But they have to find... Oh, sorry. Well, there's a murder because the heist went bad. Look, it's important. There's a lot of implied rules when you're talking about a heist film.
This sounds like a crazy cross between Scooby-Doo and Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, right? But like, was it myself?
All you need is a Shaggy.
All right, okay. This is bullshit to begin with. Because, this shit comes up, and they like go to the furries and they show the footage and like, the fuck is that? What the hell kind of fursuit is that? No, that's MTV. Jesus fuck, that ain't us.
We got higher production value.
Yeah. Who bought these Chinese fursuits?
Right.
I didn't know Five Below sold purses.
Yeah.
They're evil. You're not supposed to like them.
What is that? What's the site that does
AliExpress fursuits?
The AliExpress fursuits, yeah, whatever they are.
I don't think we came up with labs.
You can get an actual fursuit of Tien Rong.
Can I answer the question?
Yes, sir. Okay. No.
I would be an Alpha alarm clock, and no matter what they wish for, I would only give them 2 chips and some Coke.
An elf alarm clock.
Yes, that would be my lamp.
The summit.
No, yeah, just weird 80s and 90s shit too. That'd be amazing. Crystal Pepsi, yeah!
We have a question? Can we have a question?
Shedding my sock.
They can shoot Crystal Pepsi. Oh no.
I just want to answer the question. So
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Unmarked pop can, but when you open it, it starts releasing cards from the deck of many things.
What is wrong with you?
It doesn't stop until it's empty.
I like you.
Is that like the can that was supposed to say you win when it opens, but it just made poison someone because the battery acid was inside? Do you remember that? Oh, yeah!
You win acid!
Yeah!
Congratulations, you're the new Two-Face.
Alright, let me make this very clear. You guys can make fun of any Batman villain you want. But Two-Face was created by Batman the Animated Series into one of the greatest villains ever created and was voiced from Bull from Night Court. It's kind of amazing when you think about it. That's Bull from Night Court.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's Two-Face, dude. Night Court is one of our... We don't talk about Tommy Lee Jones and
Hey, that was a great one!
No. It was fun.
Richard
But we're talking about the true original Two-Face. Dude, he had a virus room. We saw it. It's just a room that he had. There was a virus room. You need to watch more fucking Batman the Animated Series.
Quick, have you ever told the stories about how pissed was it you or Dragor got about the physics being bent? No, it was Miko actually, I think. Do you remember?
Hi, Miko.
Hi, Miko!
Hi, Dragor.
Do you remember that or no? No? Miko, are you here? Do you want to explain the physics bent? Or no?
Which one? I missed the...
The coin. Does that ring a bell?
Oh my god.
Do you want to
Get up here,
explain?
buddy.
Get up here!
What?
No, so basically...
Get up here and get a
Miko! Whoa! That's all I got.
You're getting excited and I don't remember the whole thing.
Neither do I. Squeak!
I'm an order, I already squeak.
Squeak.
No. So we have this ongoing theory, right, that Batman's superpower is luck.
Yes.
And so all of these obnoxious scenarios come up, and the most ridiculous thing ever was it Two-Face?
It was Two-Face.
It was Two-Face. Oh, I gotta have my mouth right on this one so you guys can hear me. I'm sorry. I don't project very well. That's what he said. I gotta put it in my mouth like Xander's fursuit, so I gotta talk like this. I'm pretty sure I don't have mouth herpes. It's fine.
Okay, dude, don't let that microphone touch your lips. Trust me.
It's not you, it's everyone else.
Secondary events, alright. But I mean, where else would you see a guy? Did he get strapped to the giant penny?
Yes, he did.
And the giant penny gets catapulted into the air. Only Batman would be lucky enough to manage to get himself off of the giant catapulted penny that is floating around, but also jump off. He saved somebody's life.
He saved a girl.
The penny just happens to land on every bad guy in the room. Like, that's exactly it. I don't know why you wanted me to tell you.
No, that's perfect. You need to understand. We are huge fans of Batman the Animated Series.
Yes.
We watch it while sitting in our garage, and that is the scenario. He was exactly right. So we watched an episode of Batman the Animated Series to Miko doing the following. Oh, what the fuck? What? Oh, mother, what the fuck? Xander looked to Miko and said, well, it's not that bad. And Miko goes, the bad guys have had 3 rounds of action and Batman is still in the air. The coin then hit the forklift that the bad guys were driving away in, and Miko made a table flipping motion with the table. Legitimately, sometimes it's the only response. And Xander looked at him, and in the moment of chaos, of scrutiny, of Batman, Miko went, I'm sorry, did you expect anything less? And he went, no. There is only one response to Batman the Animated Series, and that is flipping a table in disgust while still being incredibly impressed by the animation. Thank you, Miko.
Gentlemen!
Yes.
My time is short, but I come bearing gifts.
Oh dear.
I present to you a Gusher Blunt Kit.
Oh dear.
Guys, I'm about to roll a bunch of blunts out of gushers and fruit roll-ups. Xander, take over. Kage's about to have an interesting night.
Oh my.
I have not heard of these Gusher blunts, but I wish I saw those commercials for Saturday morning cartoons.
Right?
Because that's what they should be.
Right. Have fun. I got
Maybe Adult Swim. Maybe Adult Swim.
Have a good one, dude. Thank you very much. Guys, give it up for Rashoni!
I saw Rashoni's dick.
What is wrong with you?
Okay, let me tell you about the time he ripped his pants on stage. I was like, dude, that's his dick. I was like, wow. I got pictures. I'll sell them to you.
Welcome to the Dragget Show. Porn?
Is that really Gusher Blunts?
So, Uncle Kage.
That's, oh my god.
Uncle Kage, does that mean your lamp would be a bad dragon?
No, my lamp would be like a 30-watt dim bulb. Because, you see, here's the problem.
And not a wine bottle?
I work in the pharmaceutical industry. I'm not allowed to associate myself with, like, Gusher Blunts. It's this thing the FDA has, you know? It's like, oh, we're the Food and Drug Administration. We're like, we gotta bug up our ass about, like, shit, you know? It's like, what the fuck? Dude, my god, that actually is. Excuse me, I'm a little distracted here.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry. It's Gusher Blunt. I'm looking at it.
He knows something.
Pandas, say something to save us.
Something to save us.
Something to save us.
I'm gonna go to another question.
Yeah, another
While you drown a poor dinosaur,
What are
you
you
sick
doing to my
fuck.
dinosaur?
He knows too much.
Status the Ferret. Hi, Status. All right, on a scale of 1 to Uncle Kage, how drunk are you right now?
France!
Tipsy John St. John.
Are you gonna be okay?
Don't let him walk.
Rigel.
So there's no I'm leaning into nothing. So, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
What are you doing?
I'm rolling a blunt. What are you doing?
Gusher Blunt?
I'm watching you pretend to roll a blunt out
That's
of
a real
That's a sugar blunt.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's either a blunt or a dog dick. It's hard to tell.
That's the neatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Is anybody else getting turned on by this? I'm just curious.
Yes.
Alright, dibs! Dibs.
What's up? Oh. I got another question.
Go.
All right, Shelly. Japan is
Shelly.
Japan is great. You should go to Japan. I agree.
It's
What are 3 things you guys would want to do on your trip to the land of the rising sun? That's a good question.
First off, I want to see the sunset. It's the land of the rising sun. The sunset has to be really weird.
He's gonna climb all the ladders.
Oh, you've been to Japan?
I've been to Japan.
Is Japan great? Should they go to Japan?
I only remember one thing from my visit to Japan.
What's that?
There is a temple where they make offerings of sake. And there are like these giant 50-gallon barrels of sake offerings to the gods out front. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm a god. And they're like, no, you're a white guy. I'm like, no, I want the sake. They're like, we get out of here or we're going to kill you. I'm like, okay. So that's my story. It's your turn.
Did that story end with you robbed a temple?
No. No, that story did not end up with me being robbed. That story ended up with me learning something about the Japanese culture.
What's that?
This has nothing to do with what I just talked about. This is a lesson for you, for those of you who have never been to Japan. I was visiting Japan and I was with a friend of mine who is versed in the Japanese culture more so than I am. And I was, I was pretending to be the American businessman, with the coat and the tie and the matching handkerchief, and I'm American businessman. Then we were walking down the street in Shinjuku, and they had all these like little flats, and they had these steep stairs going up them. And we were walking by, and a very, very frail, dainty little old lady was coming out of her door, and as we were walking by, she started to walk down the stairs, and she slipped. I saw her take a misstep, and she started to fall. So, me being an American, I spun around, and I grabbed her, and I steadied her, and I stood her up. And she looked at me like I had just pussy punched her, and my friend was like, go men, he grabbed me and dragged me away, and I said, dude, what? He said, you touched her. I said, yeah, but it wasn't a dirty touch, the woman was gonna fall. He said, you're supposed to let her fall. I said, okay, let's back up a moment. She was going to fall, I stopped her from falling. The Japanese are extremely serious about personal space. The fact that I am a young ruffian and I put my hands on this old lady was an absolutely egregious, unforgivable affront.
Really?
It doesn't matter what my motivation was, I put my hands on her. And she was looking at me like, and I was like, honestly, let me get this straight. I was supposed to let her fall. And my friend said, yes. Then you ask her permission to pick her up. Welcome to Japan. I'm sorry, if I'm going to be an ugly American, I'll be the ugly American. I'm sorry, that's where I come from, okay?
Japan is great. You should go to Japan. Do not lend any of the women a hand. What the hell?
Yeah.
Burger from the bar?
This is a stereotypical furry meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't eat this part. Don't eat that part.
Is it the vegetables?
No, don't eat that.
Oh, no, it's fiber.
That is straight fiber.
It's roughage.
Yeah.
Mendez.
Why is there so much fur in my drink? Jesus shit.
I'm over here.
Every time you're in my drink, I put my mouth on you every time. Jesus fuck, get out of my drink.
Oh, this is the second time.
Patreon question?
Yes.
What? Well, did you have an answer to that?
Oh, Japan thing? Okay, so I've been to Japan like 6 times, each for about a week. And I land in Tokyo, and I take the train to Osaka. And once you get off the train at Osaka, you go about 1 block north and 1 block to the west, and there's a McDonald's there. And it's the best McDonald's you'll ever have in your life. No, it was weird. Like the first 3 times I went to Japan, I was the only one there, and it was with the rest of the Japanese team. I didn't get sushi once because every single night they wanted to go out and get burgers for my American idea of what their burgers were like. It was great though because they got to come to America once, and I took them to just the most terrible sushi places, and they hated me.
But one of my memories from Japan was the Kentucky Fried Chicken that had Colonel Sanders out front in samurai armor. It was samurai Colonel Sanders. It was like, Kaga Sanders. It was amazing.
They've got like Colonel Sanders shrines all over the place. It's amazing.
Yeah, they worship the man.
Like, if there was a KFC at one point at this property, there would be a shrine to Colonel Sanders there. It could have moved, and they'd still have the statue, and they wouldn't move it because it's Colonel Sanders.
It's an icon of pop culture from the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Japanese Colonel Sanders like swiping a katana at an entire chicken farm, and they just turn into legs and quarters.
Yeah. Okay, here's another thing you should know about the Japanese culture. It is considered rude to say no. It's the Japanese thing. To answer in the negative is rude, so you don't do it. I had been separated from my compatriot, and I went up to a police officer, and I thought, okay, let me try my bad Japanese. And in my bad Japanese, Eigo wa wakarimasu ka? Do you speak English? Hi! Oh, great! Great. So I'm trying to get to Shinjuku Station, but I'm lost. Do I go down this street or do I go that way? Hi! Yeah, so is it this way or that way? Hi! You don't speak English, do you? Hi! Because in order for him to tell me, no, I don't speak English would be rude, so the polite answer is yes. Even though I don't speak English. Do you speak English? Yes! But you don't speak English? Yes! That's Japan.
You're not allowed to travel anymore.
But, okay, I did not have a problem in Germany. Yes, I did, actually. That's never mind, I'm going to change my story. Continue, Ben.
I just want to go up to random people and ask them very interesting questions they have to answer yes to. Do you have centipedes in your vagina?
Yes!
What? Oh.
Are you a huge fan of scented candles? Yeah. And you just start lighting the candles around them while just staring at them. Eye contact is key.
There is actually, the Japanese are kind of ahead of us. They do have an actually thriving homosexual community over there. They call them Japansies.
Jesus.
I've been waiting for that for days, I'm sorry.
God. I'll take Japanese relations for 200.
I'm sorry, Pepper has a question and that worries me. Pepper, what's your question?
This is the question, this is a fact. The Japanese gay bars occasionally do $10 all-you-can-drink for 3 straight hours a week.
Wow.
Whoa! We did it, and we won.
Pepper, I think this is very appropriate then. Japan is great. You should go to Japan. Japan is great. It's the best in the land.
We got another Patreon question. All right, from Shooting Flash. Hi, Shooting.
Hey, Shooter.
All right, since we're in Michigan, what's the story of the first time you had fizzy cherry cola?
What the fuck, Shukin?
Could you say that again, please?
Xander, repeat it for Kage.
What's the first? Okay, since we're in Michigan, what's the story of the first time you smoked pot?
It's legal here, so we can talk about it.
Ooh, I've got a fun story.
Fur, you have a fun story for the first time you smoked marijuana?
Well, it wasn't the first time I smoked, but it was the first time that I ever had an edible.
You know, I've known Fur for a long time. Fur is the most ridiculous, accident-prone motherfucker I've ever met. So I'm going to go out on a limb here. You had no idea you were eating edibles, did you?
Of course not!
Of course not!
Okay, so this is the story of the one and only time I ever got high. Sure! So I was a sophomore in college, and my roommate decided to switch from his pre-medical to astronomy because he thought that was astrology. So he got a lot of pot. And he kept telling me, I'm going to get you high one day. So he kept telling me, I'm going to get you high one day, I'm going to get you high one day. I'm like, no, it's all right, I'm not going to do it. And then one day he said, hey, I made brownies, feel free to have some. And I trusted him.
What could go wrong?
I know. I didn't have one, I had 2 brownies.
Oh, nice.
And I asked him, man, those were really crappy brownies. He's like, how many did you have? He said 2. And I said 2. And he said, you're going to have a really interesting time in about an hour. So I took the hint. I went back to my room. And I can't tell you what being high was like. I can just tell you in my mind, I was like, yes, I am high. This is what high is. And this is the thought process of my brain. I am high. Once I am done being high, I am going to have the munchies. I should go to the kitchen and see what is there for munchies. I go into my kitchen, completely forget the pantry exists. Completely just forget that door is even there. And I just go to my fridge. And I'm like, I open up the refrigerator part, there's nothing there that makes sense to me. So I open up the freezer, and I see a tub of Ben & Jerry's cookie dough ice cream. So I tell myself, I'm going to make cookies. So my roommate tells me, because I don't remember this, I go with the smallest spoon I can find and take out every little cookie bit out of the Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I put it into a bowl. I knead that bowl together, and I turn on my oven. Me, I somehow managed to turn on the oven without setting myself on fire.
Bullshit!
I probably set myself on fire, I just can't remember.
He turned on his oven, got bit by a brown recluse, got shot by someone from Vegas, and continued on with his day.
Yeah.
Proceed!
Oh, that's just Tuesday.
I know!
No, so I put the cookie dough from the Ben & Jerry's into the oven, 350 degrees for 8 minutes or whatever I thought it was, and I pull it out, and Ben & Jerry's cookie dough doesn't have egg in it. So it doesn't rise. It doesn't have baking soda, so it doesn't rise. So it turned into a crepe. It is the most amazing thing in the world. Not high me does this for fun now.
I will say this, we are comedians. That means we take a true story and make it funny.
No, we'll take a true story and lie about it.
That's called making it funny. This gentleman over here, I've heard that story 3 times. It has never changed. I totally believe you. Chris, your first time, fizzy cherry cola.
Well, okay, the first time I actually smoked, so I actually told this very recently, but my mom was like, hey, don't smoke weed till you're 18. And I was like, okay, Mom, like you do. And so I was like eating Chex in the morning, like on my 18th birthday. And my mom lights up a joint, like, what? Oh shit, you're 18 now. And I go, yeah. And she's like, want a hit? And I was like, sure, Mom. So I smoked weed with my mom, and it was like normal, and it was fine. The first time I ever got high with my friend, though, is a little more interesting. Because I was like super stoned, and he was super stoned, and I was like, dude, you want to get Funyuns? And it's like, fuck yeah, let's go get Funyuns. Fucking Funyuns! Right? Let's go get some Funyuns. And I'm like, are you cool to drive? And he's like, yeah, I'm cool to drive. And I was like, cool, I'm cool to let you drive. And then I go up to my mom and go, Mom, we're gonna go get Funyuns, do you want anything? And she looked at me, she's like, you're not driving, right? And I was like, yeah, no, my buddy's driving. And she goes, okay, cool, is he cool to drive? And I go, yeah, he's cool to drive. And so he was, in fact,
Yep, she was.
Overall, honestly, he wasn't too bad to drive, because he only had to drive down the road. Literally down the road. We could have walked, but we didn't even think to walk. We were like, you gotta drive it. So, we're driving, and my buddy's like, I got this. And I'm like, you totally got this. And we're going like 5 miles an hour. And he's like, I got it. It's just, but my buddy on a bike ride fast. He's like, hey guys, we're like, hey, we're going to the corner store. Want anything? And he's like, no, I'm good. Cool, later. 5 miles down the road, get to the corner store, he parks, and then we get in the corner store. This corner store is exactly 1 aisle with stuff on either side. And there's a guy kind of like reading a book or some shit. And like he's hanging out. And I'm like, all right, you go that way, I'll go this way. We'll find these Funyuns. Break. And so I go to one corner, he goes to the other corner. We're still within arm reach of each other. And in the loudest voice either one of us can muster goes, I don't know where the Funyuns are! Shit, I don't think he knows where the Funyuns... I don't see them either, dude! Oh, what do we do? Oh! Am I yelling? No, you're good. Yeah, cool. Do you think he knows we're high? Yeah, no, he doesn't know. The guy's sitting there reading his book. Yeah, no, I don't. He's like, what are you looking for? Like, how does he know we want Funyuns? And so I'm like, we want Funyuns, sir. And he's like, right there, man. And we're like, cool, yeah. And then we go to pay for everything, and it's about as awkward as like if I weren't high. I'm like, here, have some money, sir. Are you having a good day? And he's like, yeah, man, it's cool. And I'm like, that's wonderful. And then I lean over to my buddy and I was like, fucking nailed that take. And he's like, and so we buy the Funyuns, we drive 5 miles back, and then we start eating the Funyuns, and then we realize what the fuck we just did, and laughed about it for like a solid hour.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. That entire story, like when everything's super legal, like your whole story is going to be put on film, and then at the end, you're going to realize it's a Funyuns ad on Adult Swim. That's going to happen. Yeah.
That's what Pat does. First time being on Fizzy Cherry Cola.
Well, I only tried it the one time when I became unemployed.
Oh yeah.
And
well, let's not talk about that.
I think you know what happened during that experience.
Shut up.
We watched TV and I was like, this is cool. That was about it.
No! Let me explain to you what happened with this gentleman over here. We were sitting in a room and I explained to him how weed worked. And he's like, okay. And 2 hours later, like, I don't feel anything. He was talking to a pillar of food that he had built out of the mashed potatoes I had made him.
This means something.
It did. You carried on a 5-minute conversation about Rick and Morty with the mashed potatoes. Then looked at me dead in the eye, grabbed me by the shirt to pull me in so that he couldn't hear you and said, I don't feel anything! So yeah, your first time was really fun. And since I'm doing it, shall I regale somebody else's first time? We're not going to talk about the first time Xander smoked because, like me, the first time he smoked, it was done. The first time you smoke weed is boring. You don't feel weed. It's legal here, we can say it. You need to know what to expect. The first time you smoke weed, you think it's nothing. It is. We're entertained. You won't be. The first time the love of my life decided to do drugs was at our friend's house. You know him as one of the co-creators of First Square. And this gentleman made a tray of brownies.
Brownies are the devil.
Brownies are the devil. That's good. So here's the short version of it. We started off the night and Xander ate a brownie, along with the rest of us. And
Don't
then
look at me like that. Well, hang on. Excuse me. English. Xander ate a brownie along with the rest of us.
4 is a thing.
I'm just misplaced modern. Go on.
Let's give credit where it's due. All of us had a brownie. We turned around and this motherfucker has a bowl with a pot brownie that he's heated in the microwave with ice cream on top, and we all knew we were gonna have a second brownie. Guys, let's make it very clear. heroes don't always wear capes.
Now I want to try a second time.
So we're at the half-hour mark, and Xander has disappeared. He is standing in the kitchen talking to our host doing this, and this is as close as I get it. I don't feel anything. Can I have another? And he started swimming in the air. My friend gave him a second brownie. Now that should have been enough, but you see, my friend had bought a new fridge, which means he had an old fridge, and that old fridge went to his garage, and his garage is where the soda was kept. Is everyone keeping up with me? Yes. Good. Now let me describe my night. I opened the garage door to see my boyfriend, the apparent dragon raccoon, who was caught in the headlights, looking up over the door of the refrigerator with the goddamn biggest brownie on the planet sticking out of his mouth, and mumbled to me, "I'm sorry." Well, it's your choice. 20 minutes later, we are sitting in the living room watching, if I remember correctly, Adventure Time, when he looks at me, "Why doesn't Fry just eat Princess Bubblegum? She's chewy." And then leaned back the other way, but didn't stop, and fell asleep in Dragor's lap. Don't! Dragor has a pseudo lap. Xander,
you can call it a pillow.
A bony pillow. You skinny motherfucker. Never have more than 1 pout brownie your first time. Never have more than 2 pout brownies anytime.
Hot brownies.
And pot brownies. And never let Xander into the garage when there are pot brownies around.
I can attest to that. After eating a pan of brownies and led to a concussion.
Oh no!
Brownies are
Oh, so you were hanging out with John too?
No. Went to go hang out with some family, and I forgot that these are the ones that now it's legal to sell it. And this was made great-grandmother's recipe of pot brownies. And I had 1, and then 2, and the next thing I know, I'd eaten about half a pan. They sent a half a pan of brownies with us home. Somehow, I got in the back seat, ate the other half of the pan, got home, and apparently they left me in the car for like half an hour. Got out of the car, into the house, and we brought barbecue home. I come back around the corner with 2 hot dogs, 1 in each hand, started chewing said hot dogs, slumped forward. My buddy tried to keep me from falling. I fell backwards, hitting my head on the dresser, getting a concussion. And at that point, I proceeded to throw up a small cat that smelled like straight weed. It didn't smell like throw up. It smelled like
normally call that shrooms. Well done. And really quick, I'm going to, before we go to the last thing, Des, would you like to read it?
This is now my official favorite tweet about Motor City FurCon for this weekend. Interesting fact. Hashtag Motor City FurCon 2019 is not at the Hotel Sheraton this year.
Oh, no!
Where instead there seems to be a gospel convention that I walked in on in my full rabbit fursuit.
That man is a hero! Guys, we have 2 things to finish this up. We're going to tell you what's happening before it happens, and we have enough time to do it. Good. First off, let's close out the show in the proper way. Guys, I want to thank everyone up here on stage with us. There's a lot of people up here. We only had an hour. Thank you guys so much for joining us, putting your own spin on things, and for being you sick, sociopathic motherfuckers. Guys, let's give it up for Chris the Comedy Buddy! One more time for Lord Pan Down! Your guest of honor, one of the most creative people I've ever met. Guys, give it up for Fur!
I deserve this!
Well, Justin may have brought me into the fandom. This gentleman got me up on stage for the first time. Guys, let's give it up for Uncle Kage! Show, the reason we are sitting up on stage, I would have never done this of my own accord. He convinced me that we could, and I've never looked back. Guys, let's give it up for Xander the Dragon!
And let us not forget, last but not least, the amazing Alkali Bismuth sitting there.
We owe you something. There are two things that's about to happen. Who here watches some of the live streaming or the streaming of the Dragget Show? Oh, good. Then some of you know the game we're about to play. So I'm about to call a few more people up. But before I do that, Erner has been making art for the Dragget Show for quite some time. Now, Erner, would you take 1 minute, and no more than 1 minute, and describe what I'm about to auction off?
So, those of you who have been fans of the Dragget Show for a long time know that these gentlemen have a...
We're recording, so I'll on the phone. Thank you. Dragon, make it happen.
Okay. So, those of you who have been fans of the Dragget Show for a while, you may have know that these gentlemen have a little tradition that they engage in when they want to have some weed in a state where it is not legal. They have a thing that is called...
Don't go away, Pepper. Fizzy
Cherry Cola, yes. And when they get high on Fizzy Cherry Cola, sometimes they do what is called a high cast.
Hi.
Now, I heard about this and I thought, high cast. What can I do? What can I do that would make an appropriate image for this? It's got to be complicated. It's got to be nice, but it's got to be timely. I know. I'll turn Alkali into a bowl. Something that's simple and massive like he is, and I'll turn Xander into a bong that has a huge ass and a slender body.
Guys see this?
There's a reason he's a good bottom for this top-hatted ferret. So we're about to auction off this piece that I made for them. They now use it for the logo whenever they make a high cast. For some reason, I guess.
Erner, before we go on, I want to thank Erner. If you have a moment, thank you, friend. If you're going to bed, I'll see you tomorrow. If not, we're about to play that game. That's right, you stick around. Erner, you have been making art for the Dragget Show for quite some time. Guys, if you want to see something... I am an adult!
I am an adult, you're an adult.
Is this the original? Guys, this is the original! We are trying to make some money for the charity, and also right after this, before we auction off, I want to let you know what we're about to do. Kage, are you out?
What?
We're about to start if you want to join us. Are you done? That's fine. Yes. Guys, let's give Uncle Kage a round of applause. Thank you so much. Right after we auction this off, something special is going to happen. If you guys would like to join us, we are going to show you what a bunch of professionals can do right after we auction this off. Join us in the back of the room for one last game of Slap Cup. Oh. We are going to play Slap Cup for you. Before that, this is the original. This is the artwork for the official Dragget High Network. Erner, thank you so much. If you guys want to see more of Erner's artwork, show up tomorrow to Dungeons and Dragons. Some shit's gonna go down. We are going to start the bidding for this original at a mere $20. 40! I heard a 40 over here first.
45.
45.
50.
50. 55.
60.
60.
69.
Okay. $69 for the Dragget High. My good friend Boozy Barrister has bid $100.
Do you take card?
You take IOUs.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know right now, mate.
We can make it happen with the card.
110.
110. We have 110.
It needs to go for 420.
No. Okay, no, that's a valid point. $110 to Fury.
111.
What? I I didn't say it beforehand, so we will allow it at this point $5 increments. I didn't say it. No, you're good. I didn't say it. 111. We have 111 in the front row. For the original Dragget High, before I start the countdown, we are over 200 episodes of the Dragget Show. We have performed at, I can't tell you how many conventions, and honestly, this show has brought me and my mate closer. He's one of the most creative, brilliant people I've ever met in my life. And the weird thing is, this stupid, fucking amazing picture has a lot of sentimental value to me.
God say someone paid before he tries.
There you go.
120. We have 120 going once. 125. We have 125 in the back. 125 going once.
130.
130. As you guys decipher your bids, we're going to let you know that after this panel, we are going to go to the back of the room. Boozy, John, if everyone I asked, we are going back and we are going to show you guys how to play Slap Cup. We will explain the rules to you if you would like to join us to understand it.
First square staff.
Are we doing stack?
Yes.
Understood. So we're playing Boom. We will explain the rules to that. We are 125 guys after that. There is a late show with Boozy Barrister in main events, right?
No, it's in here.
Oh, it's in here?
Yeah.
Myself and Xander will be performing in it, so please stick around for that. We are at 125 going once. Say again?
130.
Did I hear 130? 130. 130 going once.
140.
140 in the back. Thank you. 140 going once. 145. 145. 145 going once. 145 going twice. Thank you, everyone. This means the world to us. Sold for $145 to Fury. Fury, I will work out payment if you don't have cash. If you need to use card, I don't have it on me at this moment. Guys, the hat is going to be, thank you. The hat is going to be passed around. If you would like to learn how to play Stack Cup, aka Boom, please go to the back of the room. But also remember, we are doing this panel for you, which is why we do not ask for money during the panel. Guys, it's after the panel. If you can give, please give. If you can't, don't worry about it. Thank you for joining the show. One more time, let's give it up for Xander the Dragon.
I'll start it. Oh, gosh.
You have a 2? You're a dick.
I have
I love it.
No. Is this the game that we played at first grade?
Yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alkali. Thank you very much and good night.
Oh, it's
Join us in the back. Oh my God, take the hat. Take that. You guys take it. All right, everyone invited. Let's go. Anyone who's playing Boom with us.
Silver Gatoman, he bought me a coffee. Silver Gatoman, here is the song for thee. He likes to video all the panels at the cons. You should go and watch them whether they are short or long. Silver Gatoman, you video that's not a jibe. All of you go to his YouTube channel and like and subscribe.